And so it has come full circle for President Uhuru, ending in jubilation for him and his supporters, even as some of his allies remain in the mix. KTN's associate editor Noah Otieno now takes us through what began as a balanced cast of suspects for PNU and ODM in December 2010, only to see some fall through the net.
On the 15th of December 2010, Luis Moreno Campos suddenly became one of the biggest and possibly the most scary names in the attempts to secure justice for victims of Kenya's post-election violence following the 2007 election. On that day, Ocampo made public the names of prominent Kenyans he wanted tried over the violence, the deaths of at least 1,300 people, and the displacement of at least 600,000 others.
This was facilitated by Mr. Kenyatta, who was the focal point between the Mungiki, who's a group in Kenya, and the Party of National Unity.
The suspects would henceforth be referred to simply as the Ocampo Six. Uhuru Kenyatta, who was already obviously being groomed for big things by the Kibaki administration, as was seen in the high-profile appointments in government, was shocked and angry.
I know that this is a delicate moment in our country, and I know that tensions are bound to arise. And I know that accusations and counter-accusations will be traded. But really, this is a time for us to exercise restraint, keep the peace, and indeed let the process take its course.
Then confirmation of charges hearing began on the 21st of September 2011.
As a result of the decisions issued today, Mr. Ruto, Mr. Sang, Mr. Mutaura, and Mr. Kenyatta are committed to trial.
The ICC would later refuse to confirm charges against Uhuru's co-accused Major General Hussein Ali in January 2012 and later set free Francis Mutaura in March 2013. Uhuru Kenyatta put together a powerful defense team at The Hague. And beyond the court, the Kibaki administration and later the Uhuru government mounted a massive campaign that went all the way to the United Nations Security Council and continentally secured an African Union resolution to stand behind Kenyatta and challenge the ICC. The case against Uhuru was to commence on 24th January this year, but prosecutor Fatou Bensouda started faltering. Her witnesses against Uhuru were requesting to remove their testimonies and pulling out of the case. The government too was accused of refusing to cooperate with Bensouda in her request to be given crucial records pertaining to Uhuru's finances. The government denied the claims. Uhuru's defense team at the ICC became more ferocious in their demands for the case to be dropped for lack of evidence. The judges gave the prosecutor several chances, adjourning the case again in February 2014 and then in October 2014. Two status conferences on the 7th and 8th October this year painted the picture of a frustrated prosecutor. It also got Uhuru and his allies very confident about the direction the case was headed. Uhuru came back home to a rapturous reception. On Wednesday this week, the judges handed Bensouda an ultimatum: try Uhuru or set him free. And now, with Bensouda's admission that she has no solid evidence to carry the case, Uhuru, the man whose name means freedom, is free. Now, President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy William Ruto have become a pretty powerful political pair since they joined up ahead of the 2013 general election. Interestingly, it is that very changing nature of Kenya's political alliances that may present the biggest political problem now for Uhuru and Ruto. Ruto's supporters have always maintained that it is Ruto's former political enemies who were then in PNU who helped to strengthen and even quote-unquote fix him at the ICC. And now, with Uhuru going free and Ruto remaining on trial at the ICC, analysts think this could be the trigger for the beginning of a rift between Ruto and Uhuru inside the Jubilee coalition. Noah Otieno, KTN, Nairobi.